Hello, this is Sherry Adami, your PUHSD Aspire District Counselor. We are here today to talk to you about what you can do after high school to be successful and to get success. So as you know, the Aspire team is here to support you in many different ways, and giving you this presentation today during Kickoff to College is one of those ways that we can do that for you. Let's get started. So how do we support you as an Aspire team? We make sure that you have coursework available to you so you can be successful in all 4 paths. We support you. We've already probably met with a lot of you this last couple weeks. We do give out swag and incentives to help motivate you. And we are also here to help you with your struggles, not just academically, but socially and emotionally. So what are the Aspire A through G requirements? I'm going to go through this pretty fast because a lot of you have probably heard this several times, and we want to get to the other part of the presentation about talking about what life after high school will look for you. So the A through G Aspire requirements are: you need 2 years of history, 4 years of English, 3 years of math, algebra 2 being the minimum, 2 years of science, 2 years of language other than English, 1 year of a fine art, and 1 year of a college preparatory elective. And then for you to be identified as an Aspire student, you need to have C's or higher in this coursework. And then, of course, this is over your 4 years at high school. All right, but let's get to the fun stuff. So what are things you can do after high school? I know a lot of adults ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? But you know what? That's up to you, and that's also up to you and your family. And now is the time to really start looking at what kind of paths you might take. So we're going to focus on 4 different paths today. We're going to focus on the 4-year university, which is the one on the left, the military path to success, trades and workforce path to success, and then of course the community college. So we put MSJC, but as you all know, there's a lot of community colleges you can choose from. So we're going to focus today on these 4 paths because every path can lead to success. And we want you to understand that and believe that every path you take can lead to success as long as you are on a path. So let's talk about healthcare. Healthcare is one of the largest growing industries, especially in the Inland Empire. But what path provides you healthcare and home buying support? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Okay, so let's talk about this. It is the military. Now you might be thinking, healthcare, am I going to get a job in healthcare if I've been in the military? Of course. But you also might think, how am I going to provide insurance for my families? And the military is an amazing career path when it comes to home buying, healthcare, and education. So let's talk about that really quick. So here are some of the benefits of joining the military. You have tuition assistance, which means that they'll help pay for college. They have the GI Bill, but sometimes they'll even support your children in college. So even though right now you're not thinking that far ahead, you need to know that that could be part of it. And also, while you're in the military, you can go to college and they'll help with assistance while you're in the military. Of course, they have great home buying programs. So if you're ready to buy your first home, they have great programs that can help support you financially with lower interest rates or lower down payments. Of course, with the military, you could travel the world and not have to pay for it. And then, of course, free medical and dental and job stability. As you all have seen, people around us, job stability is a problem. And with the military, you'll have that. And you can retire by 41. I know that feels so far away, but to be able to retire by 41, that is huge. Talk to your parents about that, or people that you love, and they could tell you what retirement means. So I put on this presentation, there's links to what you need to do in order to join the military. One of the first things you have to do is you have to take the ASVAB. And that's why it's important to meet the Aspire A through G requirements, because the ASVAB is primarily science and math. So we want you to do well in science and math if the military is a path for you. So these are the minimum scores required to join these branches of the military. Each one is different, and the higher score you can get, the better jobs you'll have available to you. So that's once again another reason to do well in your A through G Aspire, because you might get a higher score in the ASVAB, which could lead to a better job. All right, so let's see which path will help you get a job in some of the fastest growing industries. So I want you to think about that pathway chart that we showed in the beginning about success, the four-year university, the military, the trades, and the community college. Which one of those paths do you feel you can get a job very quickly and in one of the fastest growing industries? All right, I'm gonna give you a few seconds. I know you can shout out the answer. The teachers are there. They're there to help you. All right, let's see if you guys said the trades. So the trades, especially in the Empire with all the home building that's going on and a lot of warehousing going up, the trades definitely support this growth in the Empire. So here are the best trades for, best jobs for trade school graduates. Isn't that curious that the elevator repairer is probably one of the highest paid tradesmen? It's because there's very few of them. That's called supply and demand. The less there is, the more you'll get paid. Web developer, dental hygienist, plumber, electricians make $80,000 to $90,000 a year here in the Inland Empire. You have HVAC, they can make up to $100,000 a year here in the Inland Empire. So the trades are definitely an avenue to success. Once again, we ask you to do your Aspire A through G courses for this because you're going to need science to be a dental hygienist. You're going to need geometry to be an elevator installer repair. So just think of things that way. Like, what am I doing today in school that's going to help pay me in the future? We kind of don't look at it that way, but kind of think about what's going on in my school today that I can use in the future. All right, so here are the benefits of trade schools. And I want to say trade technical schools, but also community colleges. A lot of our local community colleges offer trade programs. Of course, you get into fields that are that are growing fast. You also only go to school for that specific career path. So if you want to be an auto mechanic, you're going to school to be an auto mechanic. You won't be taking your English, your math, your social studies. You'll be taking courses specific to that. And that's the way it is at the community college. The community college, if you want to do automotive, you will be taking the automotive path, or the if you want to be an EMT, you'll go into the EMT program. So those are the different things that you really want to consider when you're doing that. And then another benefit is you're not going to go into debt as per se as a typical four-year university student. And you get to get your certificate and graduate more quickly, so you can start working more quickly. So let's just talk about really quick some of the things you need to talk to when you talk to a trade school. It's really important you ask these questions because some trade schools are not as equal as other trade schools. So some trade schools will charge you a lot of money to go there, and you won't get what you need, or you won't be prepared for the state exams, or they're preparing you for a job that doesn't fit the cost of the college. So we really want you to ask questions before you sign the dotted line with trade schools. Ask them how many of your students pass the state boards. And if it's above 80%, that's pretty legit. That's legit school. But if they can't answer that question, that should be a red flag for you. Another thing is the cost, of course. And then with the cost, what happens if you have to drop out or you stop going to that trade school? Are you still responsible for that cost? And that's another nice thing about the community colleges, because you're only paying by semester. You're not paying for the whole, you're not paying for the whole program upfront. Okay. All right, so which path helps you save money for college? Let's think about that one. If I was looking at the 4 paths, which one helps me save money for college? All right, I hope you guys said community college. That is correct. So the community college is, I call it the best kept secret. Some students go there and then transfer to a 4-year university. And it definitely costs less than half as if you would be going to a 4-year university. Another benefit of the community colleges, like we talked about, is the trades. You could get your trade certificate and start working right away. Another thing that I really like about the community colleges is the ability to figure out what you want to do. A lot of times at your age, we don't know what we want to do, right? We're still kind of figuring it out, and we're not ready to answer the question about what do I want to be when I grow up. And that's the nice thing about the community colleges, is because they can help you do that at a very low expense. California has first year free programs for all the California community colleges. So you could go to community college for your first year for free. And it doesn't matter how much money your parents make. There is requirements for that, but all of you could be able to meet that. And then, of course, like we said earlier, it is the least expensive route to go on. And I just covered all that. These are the things that you can do at the community college. And then the last one that I really didn't cover was your transfer to a four-year university. You could take care of all your general ed requirements at the community college and then go to a four-year university and enter in with only 2 years or maybe a little bit more to get your bachelor's degree. Here's an example of what you need to do to get in the community colleges. And then, of course, let's talk about the four-year universities, which is the path that gives you the most job security during recessionary times, the four-year universities. The paper buys you paper. That's what I say. The more paper you have on the wall, the more paper you will make during tough times. So let's look at this chart. So here's a chart. This is from 2012, and I know this is a while ago, but we had a great recession in 2008 to 2012, and it just kind of shows you what happens to people with jobs based on their education level. So the blue line is somebody that has a high school diploma or less. The red line is somebody with an associate's degree, which is a degree from the community college or higher, or some sort of certification. And then the green line is somebody with a four-year degree, a bachelor's degree or higher. So if you look, the person that had the four-year degree or bachelor's degree never really lost their job, or if they lost their job through the recession times, they got their job back pretty quickly. And the person with the associate's degree, they hung in there. They lost their job for a little while, but they became employed again at the end. But if you look at the blue line with somebody with just a high school diploma, they did not recover. They did not get their jobs back. Their jobs were cut, and they did not return to work. So like I said, the more paper you have, it doesn't have to be a bachelor's degree, but your certification, your associate's degree, and your bachelor's degree, when times are tough financially, you will do better with the more paper you have. All right, so let's talk about the benefits of a four-year. We already talked about that. Most four-year degree positions are higher paid. If you got your bachelor's degree and then went to Starbucks, you're not going to have a higher paid position. But if you got your bachelor's degree and became an accountant, you are going to be making more than the person at Starbucks. So the other thing that's a benefit to a four-year university, which we really don't talk about very often, is exposure to diverse coursework and diverse students. Living the culture at a university, you learn about other cultures, you learn about people, you're exposed to things, art, things that you might not have had if you did not go to a four-year. So you really want to consider that, because it does make you more diverse as an individual by attending a four-year university. You can graduate in 4 years versus doing the transfer path, which might take a little longer. Networking opportunities, and what we mean by that is the ability to get to know people in the profession that you want to get into. I'm a school counselor, and all of my jobs that I've gotten over the years, from teaching to school counselors, because of the network that I had, the people that I knew, that I met along the way. And then, of course, if you have a four-year degree, it's easier for you to switch career paths. And then these are just the what you need to get into the four-year university. And as you know, your Aspire A through G requirements are what you need to get in a four-year. But for a CSU, the minimum is 2.0, and then for a UC, it's 3.0 GPA. So let me go back again. Whatever you choose to do, your rigorous education, your Aspire A through G courses gives you more options. Do you want one door to walk through when you graduate, or do you want 5 or 6 doors to choose from when you graduate? Do you want to be pigeonholed into one career or job, or do you want to have the ability to choose which job or career you want? And that's what your education gives you. Okay, so how do we as high school students, how does this prepare you for your path? You know, it makes me sad. A lot of times I hear students say, high school really doesn't help me with my career or my job. It really doesn't. There's nothing here. I'm just kind of spending my time. But really, if you think about it, your high school diploma doesn't hurt you. It doesn't take anything away from you. Your certification that you might get in some of your courses that you're in high school really can benefit you. I look at our PLTW courses, our agriculture courses. Those are all A through G course science courses that definitely benefit you no matter what path you choose. Because in those courses and all of the courses you're in, you have to learn how to work as a team. You have to show leadership skills. You have to learn to work with others. Some of you are right now taking dual enrollment classes or AP classes, which could actually save you money when you go to college because you're taking it while you're in high school. And I just want you to kind of change your lens on how you look at your diploma. Not, okay, I'm sitting in these boring classes, but what can I use from those courses to benefit me in the future? All right. So this is just a resource page that we've created that takes you to all the links that I put on the slideshow. So you can go back and click on this or scan this to get the links to like the military, to the trade schools, to the 4 years, to the community colleges. So all the informational links I had throughout the presentation, you can get on this page. And so you have so many options. So how can you determine what is best for you? Like I wanted to own my own fashion clothing store when I was in high school. And I didn't know, but I thought, all right, let's do this. And then of course I became an educator, but there are some ways that you can start dialing in what you want to do after high school. So some of you today are going to be taking the CCGI Interest Profiler. It is a great tool to kind of look at who you are and what personality traits and what knowledge you have and what careers match you. I love this because it really shows you how your personality traits and what drives you helps line up what your career is. So like I said, I was a fashion clothing store owner was my goal, and I'm a school counselor. But when I look back, and I've actually took this assessment over the years, I look back and the top 3 things that come up on my assessment is that I'm entrepreneurial, effective communicator, leader, works well with others. And guess what? I have to do that as a school counselor. So even though a career might not line up with me, my personality traits will line up with me. So that's what I really like about the profiler is that when you take it, answer it honestly, because then you can find out more about yourself and more about what you might like to do based on your personality types, not just based on your knowledge. The second link is California Career Zone, and that's a good one to do also because that goes back to money and what you want from life, right? Because we talked about success earlier. Success is what do you want from life. So you can go in there and tell them, I want to live here, I want to drive this car, I want to have this amount of money to spend for fun, and then it will tell you how much money you'll have to make every year in order to meet those goals, and then how you can do that. So we just want to tell you thank you so much for participating in our presentation today. You can contact us at aspire@puhsd. That reaches out to all of the team. We also have a link to the presentation here at the bottom. So if you want to get more resources, have this presentation as something that you can go back to, please take a picture of this link and you will have a copy of it. And then in the middle, there's more information on our resource page as Aspire. Have a great day, and we will see you soon.